All right, let's dive right into this explainer and see exactly how Fiona Lamb's book, Meditate Yourself Happy, takes meditation from being this daunting, heavy chore and turns it into an incredibly accessible daily toolkit for pure happiness. Seriously, if you've ever felt like meditation is just impossible for you, or that it's this exclusive club reserved for people who can somehow sit in absolute silence for hours on end, well, this is going to completely change everything you thought you knew about the practice. So let's tackle a very real frustration right out of the gate. Why do so many of us completely fail at meditation? You know the feeling, right? We sit down, we try desperately to force our minds to go totally blank, and when we inevitably can't do it, we just throw our hands up and give up. We honestly start to think we're somehow broken because our minds instantly race with endless what-ifs and worst-case scenarios the absolute second we close our eyes. But here's the thing, it's actually just our biology. As Fiona Lamb so brilliantly points out, your ways of thinking up until this point have been designed to keep you safe, not happy. Our minds naturally wander to those worst-case scenarios because, well, they're running on this ancient evolutionary autopilot that was designed purely to keep us alive. It's not a flaw in you at all, it's just a highly tuned protective mechanism doing exactly what it was built to do.
Section 1. The Science of Brain States and Energy. Let's actually look under the hood at the mechanics here and see how meditation physically shifts our brain chemistry. Because we're not just talking about wishing for good vibes. This is heavily grounded in the actual science of how our brain operates and handles its energy.
Okay, so our brains basically operate in four main states. First up, we've got beta, which is your normal, everyday ticking along awareness. Then there's alpha, when you're feeling a bit more relaxed and reflective. Below that is theta, where deep, profound relaxation happens. And finally, delta, which is deep sleep. Now, the absolute crucial point here is reaching that theta level. When we're super stressed and running on autopilot, we're essentially trapped in that protective, defensive beta mode. Meditation is simply the tool that helps us gently bypass that defense system and drop down into theta, which is where the real lasting change can actually take root.
But why is hitting that theta state such a game changer? It all comes down to neuroplasticity. Once we hit that deeply relaxed theta state, we can literally rewire our own brains. By focusing our attention inwards and intentionally reorganizing our thoughts while we're in this highly receptive state, we are physically building brand new, healthier neural pathways. It's literally a form of mental training that prompts your body to release happy hormones directly into your system. And this physical rewiring completely transforms our energy. You can actually map this journey out using Dr. David R. Hawkins' map of consciousness. Think about how this flows from the bottom up. We start down in the trenches with low energy emotions like shame and fear, which basically paralyze us into inaction. Move up a bit and you hit anger or desire, which leads to this kind of chaotic hyperactivity. But as we meditate and shift those neural pathways, we climb up into courage and reason, where we finally start taking control of our lives. Eventually, we hit the absolute top: love, joy, and peace. This is our highest energetic vibration, where life just starts to flow effortlessly. Which brings us to a massive, fundamental rule about the law of attraction. You don't attract what you want in life. You attract what your emotions match. By actively clearing out those heavy, fear-based thoughts during meditation, you are raising your energetic vibration. You're essentially mirroring the feelings of the exact life you want to be living, which inevitably acts like a magnet, drawing those positive experiences and opportunities right to you. Section 2, your daily mood menu. Now, this next part is absolutely crucial because it proves, once and for all, that meditation is definitely not some rigid, one-size-fits-all chore that you just have to grit your teeth and force yourself through. Instead, you actually get to be the active creator of your own day. Every single morning, you can choose exactly how you want to feel from these 11 distinct moods. Do you need to feel calm today? Maybe you need to be super focused or confident. Instead of just sitting there trying to empty your mind into some dark void, you are actively selecting a mood from this menu and doing a specific 5 to 10-minute meditation to guide your brain directly into that exact state. Let's say you pick the happy mood. You might try an exercise called the happy film. In this visualization, you sit down, you get into a nice, relaxed breathing rhythm, and you imagine you're sitting in a theater in front of a massive TV screen. You then actively project your ideal, most joyful scenarios right up onto that screen. I absolutely love this one because it's such a vivid reminder that you are the director of the movie playing in your own mind. You literally always have the power to change the script. Or let's say you just really need to feel relaxed because you are completely overwhelmed, you might try another incredibly powerful exercise known as cord cutting. This practice is specifically designed to help us identify and then sever the conscious and even unconscious ties that are actively draining our energy. It's all about giving yourself the permission to finally let go of past events, heavy expectations, or toxic relationships that are keeping you stuck in those negative, repetitive loops.
Now, to truly lock all of this new energy in, affirmations are absolutely key. Phrases like, happiness is my natural state, I attract good things, or today I look for possibilities, reading or saying affirmations like these right after your practice is vital. And why is that? Because beliefs are compounded with repetition. The more you feed your newly rewired brain these truths while you're in that relaxed state, the deeper and more permanent those positive neural pathways actually become.
Section 3. Inner Peace, Outer Reality. Let's pull back and look at the big picture for a second and see how dedicating just 5 to 10 minutes a day to this specific mood-targeted practice begins to completely reshape the physical world around us. Just think about this profound truth. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. When we finally stop trying to fill every single second of our day with tasks, endless doom scrolling, or worry, we actually allow ourselves to hear what our unconscious mind desperately needs. The fundamental takeaway here is that the more peace we manage to create inside our internal world, the more peace we will inevitably manifest externally in our day-to-day lives.
And that brings us to the real goal of this entire process, which is beautifully summed up by the teacher Pema Chodron. You see, meditation isn't about erasing your personality or trying to magically get rid of who you are. Not at all. Instead, it's this profound process of trusting our basic goodness. It's about waking up to our true potential, becoming deeply, genuinely curious about ourselves, and realizing that everything we could possibly need to be happy already exists right inside us, just waiting to be uncovered. So that leaves us with one final, incredibly provocative thought from the author to take with you today. You have the ultimate choice to make about how you experience your life. Will the world be your prison, running on a completely unconscious autopilot of fear and stress? Or will it be your playground, driven by conscious joy, intentional moods, and deep inner peace? The absolute magic of it all is only you can decide. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to In 8 Minutes and never miss what matters.